Sorry for the inconvenience. We will be talking about Africa and digital diplomacy. So yeah, I was here. So digital diplomacy refers to, the broad use of technology. As I said, that we are focused on technology, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other social media accounts. What is the importance of these digital media platforms when it comes to diplomacy? Because these social media accounts were used before as well, before COVID as well. But after COVID, things have changed. And now these accounts are being used by diplomats, individuals, the representatives of non-government organizations, international institutions, different international organizations, and international conferences are being held online. So I'll be discussing further in my next slides as well. So as I discussed about the importance of digital diplomacy, now I'll be moving towards the social media platforms that prove to be, a powerful instrument for influencing the general public. When you are going to showcase the image of your country in front of the world, how you are going to do it? The one way is you can show them through social media, because through social media you can engage with people from different parts of the world. You can engage with people from different ethnicities, and they will be knowing about your country, your culture, and all the, whatever you do, you can share it on social media. And most importantly, social media help us in developing that picture in front of the world. For example, if I want to show something, if I take a picture and share it on social media, it's about cultural heritage. So if I'm sharing the picture of cultural heritage to African people, to the people of Somalia, so definitely that is going to create an impact. And for example, if we are, this online conference, this seminar on the digital diplomacy is the best example, of digital diplomacy. Because through digital media, we connected maybe on Twitter, on LinkedIn. So we talk to each other and we discussed our platforms that, okay, you are running your diplomacy forum, and we have this platform, task plate. So we are going to organize this session and you are going to join us. So definitely I am here speaking. All happened just because of these digital media platforms. So that is why these social media platforms are very important. Moving forward, African countries have embraced digital diplomacy through these virtual processes. For example, despite the pandemic, African governments, African Union most importantly, and the non-government organizations, as I said, they had held several virtual peace and security conferences, bringing together thousands of African stakeholders. I'm giving the examples of Africa because most of the youth and the people participants who joined us are from, I think so, from Somalia, Mogadishu. So that is why I'm focusing more on Africa. Then in May 2020, the African Union successfully hosted a Silencing the Guns online conference, and which was spread over 3 weeks. So it was 3 weeks conference that was organized online. And definitely Zoom and others, these platforms were used to for this program. Then participants attended both physically and virtually. So the importance of virtual conference is that people from different parts of the world, those who cannot travel and who cannot come to that place, they can join online. So that is the importance of virtual conferences or seminars, to connect with the people from different parts of the world, from Asia, from Africa, from Europe. Moving forward, social media platforms. So I'll be focusing on the social media platforms. That what are those social media platforms that help us developing developing the good relations, and most importantly developing the diplomatic ties and strengthening the diplomatic ties between the countries. So social media platforms, as we all know, we use it on daily basis: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and WhatsApp. They have proven to be powerful instruments for influencing the general public. Yeah. For example, many African leaders, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other related agencies, they operate social media accounts, especially Twitter and Facebook. Then digital diplomacy, however, faces a number of challenges in Africa, including poor ICT infrastructure, reliable and affordable internet, and power shortages. Then top leaders have shown distrust, unfortunately, of the internet with several African governments. I mean, the purpose here is to just showcase that why people and why the governments are not accepting digital diplomacy, like Uganda, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Togo, Burundi, Chad, Mali, Guinea, and other African countries. They use social media for their own purpose, but they somehow created the hurdles in developing a good strategy towards the digital diplomacy, because this was the report of Birmingham School of Institute. So I mean, that is why I quoted from there. I mean, these are not my personal remarks. Then moving forward, we have obstacles in the cyberspace. Definitely, whenever we start any initiative or new thing comes in the market and the people join that, so definitely it faces obstacles, it faces criticism. So these obstacles also holds Africa's digital diplomacy back. So to traditional diplomacy, as we have seen, the diplomats, they are visiting the embassies, they are visiting countries, and they are sharing their knowledge, and they are organizing their meetings traditionally, like meeting in an office. So after this digital diplomacy, it is easy for us now to talk to the people living in Somalia, talk to the people living in Nigeria, in Brussels, in Islamabad. So digital diplomacy help us, in connecting to each other from different parts of the world in order to advance, foreign policy goals, international outreach, definitely, and influencing the foreign agencies, international organizations, non-government organizations, most importantly, in the cyberspace. Because if we talk about, I'm giving you just an example, that if you talk about Pakistan, we have so many organizations, we have so many think tanks that are working in this field, working on digital diplomacy. They are organizing their programs. There are different embassies of Africa, even of Central Asia, those who are organizing their online conferences that are related to cybersecurity, that are related to conflict resolution, that are related to sustainable development goals. So definitely there are obstacles in cyberspace as well, and most importantly in digital media. But the point is that, yeah, I would like to recommend few of the things that are very important for young people, for our participants as well, but especially for the African youths. African countries, should leverage their position in the global diplomatic arena with the use of social media. Because if you are in this program, if you are part of this program, what you can do, you can take a screenshot and you can show your presence, and you can share it on your social media, and you can write down all the details that we had this program about digital diplomacy and we were there. So for example, if you share that thing, on your social media accounts, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, people will get to know that, okay, who organized this program, what it was about. Okay, so definitely these things will be helpful, and the use of social media, that is very important, especially in showcasing your country's image, especially in showing to the world whatever you think in diplomatic terms. Then being active on social media platforms, well, nowadays we have seen ministries of foreign affairs, they accelerate their information on social media. For example, they give their statements, their official statements, their letter of appreciation, anything, letter of condemnation. Either they are visiting or foreign minister is visiting any country, or the prime minister, president, they are going to any country, they are receiving someone, so they share it on social media. And most importantly, we have seen it on Twitter. So I would personally recommend that Twitter is the best platform, and what I have ever seen that is used frequently, I can say, by the government officials, by the non-government organizations, by the presidents, prime ministers, foreign ministers, and they use their, diplomatic missions. They use their diplomatic meetings and everything on Twitter or through their, whatever their press releases. They share it on social media. So the point is that after this COVID, the importance of social media has increased a lot, because before COVID-19, things were different. It was difficult to, we never thought that we will be, and personally that I'll be speaking to the youth and to the participants from Somalia, because after this COVID, after the, the use of Zoom, other social media platforms, other Google Meet, after the introduction of all these things and, get to know the familiarity with these, I can say applications, it is now easy and feasible for me, for us to talk to the people who are far from us. So it helped us, and also it has some negative consequences as well. Then moreover, through social media, what we can do, we can amplify the voices, the interest of the countries, the interest of the international community. Because if you see, I have seen different moments, different movements across the globe. Greta Thunberg, she started, a movement in her country about the protection of environment. She is working on climate change. We have different movements, different hashtags are being used on social media to support women empowerment, youth empowerment, in support of, different, for example, if you talk about Palestine, if you talk about Kashmir, if you talk about other conflicts that are disputed territories. So we have seen on social media that people support them. People raise their voices for them, okay, on social media by using hashtags. And that is why this social media is also playing a role in lobbying, in showcasing that your country's image and in showcasing your country's policies and interests. For example, Palestine is under occupation. So how we all know that, what's going on in Palestine? We see on social media, we see on Twitter that, okay, this city is, or this area is occupied now. The occupied forces are doing this, that, whatever. Okay. So how we get to know? We get to know through digital media. So what governments, international agencies, and the influencers, what they do, they use social media to raise the voices, simply to work for their interest. Okay, to whatever they think, they are sharing it on social media. Whatever the interest of their country, whatever the interest of their organization, they are sharing it on social media. And how it happened? This happened just because of digital media, and this digital media allowed them, okay, to express in a more rapid way across the globe. So it has somehow some positive things, some negative things. For example, if we talk about Pakistan, we support Palestine, we support Kashmir, we support them, okay, and we are against, for example, we are against Israel. So what we do, we use social media, we use digital media, most importantly Twitter and Facebook, and we support Palestine. We use hashtags in the support of Palestine. So when they gather the information on the internet, and they get to know that, okay, people from Pakistan, people from Bangladesh, and maybe from Turkey, they are supporting the Palestinians. They are supporting more the Palestinian people. How they get to know? They get to know just through digital media, because we are showing our support. I was just giving an example. So same is the case with any other thing. Like it depends on your interest, what you want to showcase to the world. That is important. We, the people of South Asia, we Pakistani people don't know much about Somalia. So we get to know now. I am here to present my, my views on digital diplomacy. So now after this, I'll be able to know more about Somalia, about Somalian people. So digital media helped us a lot. In maybe we accept it or not, but it has some negative consequences on us, on others as well. But definitely it makes our life easy as well. Moving forward, we have, yeah. Now I'll be talking a little bit about the Youth Diplomacy Forum. So this platform was, I am the founding president of the Youth Diplomacy Forum, and it was created 2 years back. So we started online sessions about the impact of COVID on different countries, especially on Pakistan, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Morocco, France, Greece, as you can see on your screen as well, and other countries. So we started joint programs with different organizations like African Youth Parliament, International Workshop Platform, or SAM, Center for Middle Eastern Studies, Bangladesh Youth Parliament, organizations from Azerbaijan, Warsaw Institute from Poland. So our collaboration has enhanced and strengthened just because of digital media. Then digital media platforms helped us a lot in understanding people from different walks of life, from different cultures, from, we get to know their norms, their values, their way of life. And to digital media, the most importantly, we connected with different organizations like I discussed before, or some Bangladesh Youth Parliament, Warsaw Institute, and most importantly, Taskplate. The one they invited me to talk about digital diplomacy. So I'm thankful to them as well for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Moving forward, yeah. So this was, my little presentation about the digital diplomacy, and it, one way or the other helped us, and that is why we all are sitting here. And this is because of digital media platform. This is because of Zoom. If we don't, if we are not familiar with these social media platforms, if we are not familiar with the Zoom, so it was difficult for us to speak here, to get to know each other. So that's it from my side. This was my little presentation about the digital diplomacy. The questions are welcomed. So if you want to ask anything, you are more than welcome. So that's it from my side. So thank you so much.